Good morning, everyone. So glad you're joining us on this Tuesday, January 3rd. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, Christian Morgan, and Matthews. I feel like we're all color coordinated.
Yes, we are. We're looking rather dapper.
We didn't really plan that, did we?
Like a sunrise.
We didn't. Exactly. Fresh, like a field of daisies on a warm winter morning.
Nothing like it.
My imagination. Okay. Well, anybody can tell that we're obviously excited to have a brand new day. And, you know, I think it's the warm weather. It just kind of changes your mindset.
Puts you in a good mood. Yeah.
It really does. It's also staying just a smidge lighter a little bit later, which I think makes a difference.
You're right about that. It's slowly getting darker later. And you probably already noticed that over the next 6 weeks, we got about an hour of daylight.
Wow.
So things really start to improve now that we're into the new year and officially into the winter season. So
good.
There are things to look forward to.
Keep it up. Exactly. Plus, it's your birthday month.
It's my birthday week.
It's your birthday week.
And
I wasn't going to be specific, but I'm excited for you. This is a big year. Not the big year, because that was last year, right?
That was last year.
Okay, +1.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. My back just started to hurt. Just started.
There's a lot more where that came from.
All right, let's talk about the weather out the door this morning. No doubt about it. Sorry. 2023 is off to a warm start. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And more of that on the way as we jump back into the 60s for today. If you look outside across the Piedmont, clouds already starting to thicken up a bit, but we are going to stay dry for today, for this Tuesday. Across the Piedmont, clouds will continue to thicken up, though. And if you notice back to our west, we have a pretty strong system, pretty strong cold front that is marching our way. Now, out ahead of the front, you see that line of rain and storms and even a couple severe thunderstorm warnings and a couple tornado warnings on that line of rain and storms as well. Now, a pretty significant severe weather risk for our friends to the west and for areas to our deep south today, Alabama, Mississippi, also dealing with a pretty significant storm risk for today. For tomorrow, that system will head our way, but it's in a much more weakened state. So I don't expect to have widespread severe weather for the Piedmont tomorrow, although there is the low chance of a few strong to severe thunderstorms. That's something we will keep an eye on for you. Of course, this time of the year when it feels like it probably shouldn't, that means that there are changes coming that mean there will probably be some bumpy weather in between. High pressure is in control of our weather right now, though it lives offshore and continues to move offshore. So we have a south and southwesterly wind. So it not only brings in warm air, it also brings in more humid air as well. So when you step outside, you'll likely notice that it's a little bit humid. And of course, that's fueling the showers and fueling the storms that are ahead of that cold front. So the rain will move by tomorrow, and tomorrow evening will already start to dry things out. But notice by Thursday, the cold front is still approaching the Piedmont. So the cold air is going to be very much delayed behind this system. So rain moves through tomorrow, but the cold air doesn't arrive really until we get into your Friday and especially by the weekend. So it takes us about a week-long process for us to see that change really come to full fruition here. Mostly cloudy today, a few peaks of sunshine from time to time. We're in the mid-60s. That shower possible late. That would be really after sunset, really even more toward midnight tonight for that shower chance. And temperatures really won't fall a whole lot either. We'll see upper 50s and low 60s for the overnight low for tonight. Again, there's your Wednesday. Scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, but again, the overall risk is low for tomorrow. If any storms are able to turn strong or possibly severe, our main concern would be for damaging winds, but there is also a non-zero tornado risk, although it is very, very low. Just something we'll keep an eye on for you for tomorrow, for your Wednesday. By Thursday, we're drying it out. We are still back to around 60 for Thursday, and then the chilly winter air arrives again. Heading into the weekend, we're dry with sunshine, but highs in the upper 40s to near 50 all through the weekend into early next week.
Well, unfortunately, this is a day of sleep because I feel like with that forecast, we should all be getting out and doing something. But of course, there's a national day for everything, and today's is worthy of a nap. It's National Festival of Sleep Day, a day when we're supposed to rest a little bit and recover from the 2 weeks of celebrations, lots of food, and all that partying we did after and during the holiday season. So this morning we want to know, do you still take naps? Let us know in the comments section and we'll start the conversation here at the table. I'm going to start with the non-moms
I agree. Guys?
I'll chime in first.
Sure.
Okay. It's built into my daily schedule.
Nice.
Of course. Yeah, I've not always taken naps, and I don't every single day, but I would say the majority of days. When I get off work at 12:30 after the noon show and go home and have a little bite to eat, I usually take what I call a power nap. You know, it's about an hour, maybe hour and a half, and then that allows me to stay up just a little bit later. But I can tell as I get older, a nap is a really good thing.
Yeah.
It really is. Now on a day like today, great nap, cloudy, you know, not a lot of sunshine. So it's going to be a good nap afternoon. So you know what I'm going to be doing about 2 o'clock later today? Yeah,
Taking a
snoring.
nap.
That's it.
Yes. How about you, Christian?
I don't take one every day, but a
every
few
day.
times a week usually I do. I probably will today. You know, Tuesday's my Monday, so usually I'm the most tired on Tuesday. Sorry, I just ate yogurt and I got a piece of granola stuck in my throat.
That's happened to me. We can move on if you want. It might take a second.
Go get a drink.
Sorry.
That's happened. It's worse because granola like
Been
literally
there.
fit right
Yeah.
in the worst way in your throat.
Just hides out back there until you get ready to talk.
Exactly.
All right, I think I'm
It's
good
like,
now.
Actually, did you know I'm stuck in here?
Yeah, but you know, I don't go to bed super early anyway. I've just
Yeah.
never been a person that does that. So, you know, it's hard for me to go to bed early, even working on this shift. So I usually will catch a nap in the afternoon. Sometimes it's a really short one, you know, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
But usually I try to squeeze in one when I work.
Yeah. We had a sweet spot for just a few weeks where my two kids were on the same afternoon nap schedule. So when I got home from work,
nice.
you know, I read them stories, put them both down, cleaned up a few things, and then got myself maybe half an hour. But lately, the naps have been staggered, and so I'm lucky if I can get a few minutes. But honestly, just sitting down and resting, even if it's just 10 minutes, closing my eyes, not even falling asleep, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sweet spot is literally gold.
Doesn't last very long, does it?
It doesn't. No, but at least you saw it.
I did.
You know what I mean?
Seized the day.
You experienced it, and it lasted for a few days, right?
Yeah.
So it makes a difference.
It does.
So I realized I needed extra help. I was spoiled when I just had Josiah because my mom would come over, and you know my dad was still well enough where she and he could watch him while I took a nap in the afternoon. However, you know things have changed in the last few years, and so I fell asleep while the kids were like playing, and I woke up and they were all in my face. And I was like, okay, I've got to do something about this. I cannot. So I actually have hired somebody just to watch the kids for 2 hours in the afternoon so I can take a nap. I know. And I just needed it.
Money well spent.
Well,
Yeah.
it starts this week.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It starts this week,
Yeah.
you know, a high school student in the neighborhood, you know,
Perfect.
babysitter.
Yeah.
A quick afternoon job for her
Yes.
is like a lifesaver for me.
Right.
And I cannot wait to
good.
get started. It starts today.
So how many extra beds do you have in your house? Can I get in on this? That's awesome.
You know what?
Love
if you
it.
want to split it, you know, bring the kids over.
Megan
go.
would like to meet the high schoolers in your neighborhood.
We got some
I'm
good
hiring.
ones. Yeah.
That's
I think my
great.
husband was just so tired of me, like telling him how tired I am.
Yeah.
So he was just like, then we have to do something about it. And I'm like, you're right. So
That's awesome.
yay.
All right.
I'll let you guys know how it feels
Hope it
tomorrow.
works out well.
You're gonna be off the walls. It's like you've had a good night's sleep in what 6, 7 years?
It's been about, Josiah will be 7.
7 years.
I already feel a lot happier.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a
You're
start.
just excited for it.
I haven't even had it yet.
Anticipating what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That is funny.
So we asked this question here on our page about whether you take naps, and LeVar said, I get about 2 naps a day at work.
LeVar.
Now, are you like, do you have a hiding spot? Because I feel like there are hiding spots here.
Oh, there
that
are.
people
Let
use.
me tell you about them. Why do you
know
think
them.
I stay in the wood shop by the weather garden? No, I never,
No.
I would never nap
know you
here.
wouldn't.
Never, ever, ever. First of all, I work with a bunch of fun people, so I wouldn't want to miss anything, you know, but there are little hiding places. As a matter of fact, in the weather garden in nice weather, and also in the wood shop where we have a little, office back there with our computers and everything.
Right.
Every once in a while, another employee will come back there and say, "Hey Ed, I just thought I'd hang out for a minute to get away from the rat race that's going on in the rest of the building." So yeah, come on in.
That is so
and the
funny.
receive edit bays, I think those are probably rest spots.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, they're also offices. So maybe
Sliding
not.
doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're warmer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever it's warm, I automatically get sleepy. Whenever it's cold, I get irritable.
Wide awake.
Exactly.
Oh man,
Let's
this
see.
is funny.
Did we get some other folks on here? I couldn't see.
Just a few people who say they cannot wait for taking a nap.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. All right. This was a fun first conversation. We are all dreaming of a little more sleep. That is the theme.
Oh boy.
We do have some morning headlines to catch you up on before our final forecast. So let's get to those. Greensboro's downtown social district could soon expand, allowing more space for people to openly carry alcohol while walking around. Tonight, the City Council could vote on expanding the district to include the Tanger Center and Center City Park. The city first approved the downtown district last March. If the bigger one gets approved, it would start tomorrow.
Well, staffing issues have forced a popular burger spot in Greensboro to temporarily close. The owner of Burger Warfare on Battleground Avenue told us there's really no timeline for when the business could reopen. It really, at this point, depends on staffing.
A favorite play spot in the Triad is closed for the rest of the month. My kids are disappointed about this. The Miriam P. Brenner Children's Museum is closed just temporarily for renovations. The museum is getting a new HVAC system, floors, and some updated bathrooms. It aims to reopen in February, but museum officials say it could open sooner if construction moves quicker than anticipated. Anyone with a year-long membership will get an additional month added to the pass.
North Carolina U.S. Senator-elect Ted Budd will be sworn into office today. The Republican replaces former Senator Richard Burr, who did not seek re-election.
Insecurity concerns are prompting the city of Winston-Salem to add new entry procedures to all city buildings, including City Hall.
WFMY News 2's Itanese McMiller takes a closer look at the new devices now up and running and how they work.
The city has installed a metal detector at 2 different entrances here at City Hall and a third at the Bryce A. Stewart Municipal Building. The city is asking for the public's patience because this is the first day they are enforcing these new security measures. You may be wondering why the city is doing this right now. Well, the city says this is necessary to keep those who enter city buildings safe. The city manager says they cannot turn a blind eye to the reality that gun violence can happen in any community. Specifically in Winston-Salem, there was a shooting just outside the Bryce A. Stewart building in October. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And in 2019, a city sanitation worker was shot and killed on the job. That's why the city spent $600,000 to hire 6 security guards and add these screenings to these 2 buildings.
We're implementing these security measures at the 2 buildings that are visited by the members of the public to do business with the city. And so we think that we have to start with them. The policy the city council has adopted does give the city manager the option of adding more security at other buildings if it's deemed necessary.
If someone brings in items that are prohibited, they will be confiscated and not returned. If you have an implanted medical device and it sounds off the alarm, they have guards who will check you instead. And on top of walking through metal detectors, folks' bags will be checked as well. And of course, items like guns and knives are not allowed. And we'll have a full list of items that you cannot bring inside of City Hall with you starting today on our website at WFMYnews2.com.
All right, one final look at the 7-day forecast. Even with clouds on the increase today, temperatures are going to warm up into the mid-60s. We'll be up around 66. If you're not coming home until around 6, 7 o'clock, I'd go ahead and carry along the umbrella just to be on the safe side. There could be a few late-day showers, and then the chance of showers will really ramp up overnight and during the day on Wednesday, and there could even be a strong or severe isolated storm on Wednesday. We'll keep you posted on that. that low chance. We'll be up about 65. The rain moves out before midnight on Thursday. Thursday, still a warm day, partly sunny and low 60s. The chillier air behind this cold front will not arrive until Friday. When we drop to 36 in the morning, we haven't been there for a while, and we'll be up near 50, upper 40s there on Saturday. By the way, go ahead and start making weekend plans. It should be dry. It's just going to be chillier, and by Saturday morning, some upper 20s for your enjoyment. Not that you're going to enjoy them. We're not going to enjoy them. Some people will. Some people will, yeah. Like this guy here. Nah, he loves it.
Just
The
so
mountain
funny.
guy.
The mountain guy. Mountain man, yeah.
It's January. It's supposed to be 20s in the morning.
So typically around his birthday, which you've said is Sunday, it snows.
I'm gonna tell you, I've had a lot of snowy birthdays.
Yes.
before.
Wow.
It's not going to happen this year.
I don't see it.
No, but I mean, usually once your birthday comes around, I'm like looking for that big snowstorm.
Yeah.
Not this year.
No.
January is our snowiest month, though,
It is.
on record, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it like the 13th or something? One of the midway points?
Usually around midway,
Okay.
midpoint. We actually see, and in fact, March, all the way through March. I mean, we've had a history of having some pretty big snowstorms around here in March.
Yeah.
March actually has, I mean, barely, but overall in history, March has more snow than the month of December does for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because March is when all the basketball games are and they all get canceled.
Yeah.
The tournaments
Exactly.
and everything, yeah.
Why not?
You have to think about December. December is still very much a month of transition. Technically, it's not winter
Right.
until almost the end of the month.
Right.
So we're still doing a lot of transitioning in December, and even January for that matter. But right now, we're starting to fall into that few weeks where it's typically our coldest period of the year. So once we get back, and winter, especially around here, is not one where it's consistently super cold for a while. There are ups, there are downs, and things kind of
All
even
the
themselves
time.
out, which is what we're seeing happen this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are definitely up and we are heading down.
And we're headed down.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on After GMS. We're going to continue our weather conversation and all the fun on our main channel for the Good Morning Show at 9.
We'll do it.
See you then.
See ya.